All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the On The Go podcast. I'm your host, James Jackson, and the guy that's right next to me is the hardest working man in editing, Jacob the Tone. Jacob, what's going on?
Hey, I am doing well.
Right.
I gotta catch your eyes. That's the secret. I gotta look you in the eyes.
Yes, because I am looking at it. Every time I look at you, I said, Jacob, what's going on?
Yeah,
I gotta, all right. Okay.
I gotta catch you. But I'm doing good. I don't know. Am I the hardest working?
Yeah, man, hardest working man in editing. That's your new moniker now.
I mean, maybe. I do edit a lot. I produce a lot.
The hardest working man. You know I got that from, right?
Where'd you get it from?
James Brown.
James Brown.
Yep, he used to be called the hardest working man in show business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, baby.
Was it all the cocaine?
Could have been. But he was, though, man. This dude was, I know all the memes that you see of him now is all sweaty.
Yeah.
On Instagram and TikTok, but he really was the hardest working man. The music, he used to pump out music so frequently.
Oh, yeah?
So frequently. So, yeah, he earned that moniker. It's just like you earned that moniker of editing. So that's why I call you the hardest working man in editing.
Well, I am honored.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy.
You ready for Christmas?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get it over with. I don't know. This year I've just been so not into like wanting to receive gifts.
I can understand that.
You know what I mean? I got people calling me and they're like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't really want anything." Khadija doesn't really want anything. Like we had this discussion the other night where it's like it feels more like an obligation at this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think next year we might just do like a no gift thing. I was thinking about what you were saying about no gifts, and
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, we'll spend quality time together with families or whatever. But like outside of gift giving or gift getting, I'm like, I don't really need anything.
And that's the thing. Like, it's not so much that I don't feel like giving gifts. It's just that I just don't want to do this.
Yeah,
this thing of just giving. I was like, I get it. I mean, the only thing I got was my son.
Right.
And he got everything he needs. Like, this kid got a whole Xbox.
Yeah.
He got an Xbox coming his way. I can say it because he's not going to listen to the podcast anymore.
Are you sure? Maybe he does.
He's not. I can almost guarantee you that.
Okay.
But, yeah, he got an Xbox Series, and he got a cell phone, and he's going to probably get another tablet and get some arts and crafts.
All right.
This kid's set for life.
He's ready.
Yeah, he's ready. He's got more stuff than I do.
Well, damn.
Yeah. So, that's the only person that gets Christmas gifts from me. Everybody else is just like maybe kind of. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting someone a Christmas gift because they've been been very supportive for me.
All right.
So that's probably like the only part. And if I do, it's not going to be like in a high range of 2000s and all that stuff.
It doesn't need
hundreds.
to be.
No, it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
As long as it's from the heart and boom, that.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, I'm ready to get Christmas over with. Are you enjoying the Christmas movie? Are you a big Christmas movie person?
You know what? We're not really. Like, I mean, we haven't really watched any Christmas movies. You know, we probably will next week. And like I said, I think I've stated before.
Kind of set the mood.
Yeah, we'll probably watch The Grinch, and we'll probably watch Polar Express. That's about it.
Like, drink some eggnog?
Yeah, maybe, but probably not, honestly. Rum and soda for me.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie? That is a good question. I don't think I have one in particular.
You don't like Christmas Story?
No.
Wow.
I've never. Well, this will surprise you. I've not seen it.
Oh, of course. Of course. You know they just run it all day long on Christmas Day, by the way. 24 hours. 24 hours. So you didn't. You know what? I'm not going to get mad at this point. I'm not even going to get mad at this point. It's all good. It's all good.
You know what? If I would have thought about it before, we could have had to have you seen this. On the Christmas Story.
Yeah, go on the Christmas Story.
That's poor preparation, but oh well.
Yeah, that's all right. Next year.
Yeah.
Next year we'll definitely do it. But yeah, man, my favorite Christmas movie, do I have one? I put you on the spot. I put my own self on the spot.
Yeah, man.
Christmas Story is definitely up there. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah. I
Chevy
forgot
Chase.
about that one. Yeah.
I know you saw that movie.
I've seen
You just
that
don't
one.
remember
Yeah,
it.
because isn't that the one where like the family comes over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Randy Quaid is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, okay. That was a good one.
Juliette Lewis is also in there as well.
Right.
She's amazing. That's a great movie. Third movie, Grinch. The one,
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And they've been playing it all day at work, by the way,
of
too.
course.
They've been playing it all week long.
Of course. I can only I bet I know who's responsible for that one.
Yeah. Home Alone 2 specifically.
Isn't the first one also a Christmas movie?
Yeah, both of them are.
Okay, but Home Alone 2 specifically. Is that the one with the pigeon?
Yeah.
Asian lady?
Yeah,
New York.
Yeah,
New York.
that's one I like that one more. I like
Yeah.
that one more anyway.
Donald Trump's in that one.
Donald Trump is in there, like
Yeah.
a small cameo. So yeah, I like that movie a lot too. How many is that? 4?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
one
so.
more. What's another good Christmas movie? Help me out, Jacob. I forgot he hasn't watched anything.
The Santa movie with what's his name?
Tim Allen?
Oh well, yeah, that one.
No, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, Jingle. That's Joel's favorite Christmas
Arnold
movie.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna watch that later today.
Yeah, that's Joel's favorite Christmas movie. He just told me the other day he was watching it at work.
Yeah, that movie's so good, man.
Yeah.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is good at doing those little kid roles.
Yeah.
We don't give him enough credit for that.
Well, he doesn't do them anymore, right?
He doesn't do them
Back in
anymore.
the day, he had like what Kindergarten
Cop,
and then-
Twins. and-
Yeah, Twins.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be doing a sequel to that?
I heard they are. But he's usually been good at that. I think he's more good at that than The Rock is, in my opinion.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think he's good at playing those type of roles. I mean, I just love Jingle All the Way, man.
Yeah.
Him and Sinbad is in there too. Sinbad was great.
Oh, yeah,
Sinbad was
Sinbad.
so funny in there. Phil Hartman, the late Phil Hartman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I haven't seen that one in forever.
yeah. That's a movie you should watch.
Right. I would say one of my favorite Christmas movies, because I had a chance to think about it, right, is the one that came out last year with David Harbour.
Oh, David Harbour.
Yeah.
Violent Night.
That's that. I've been trying to think of that name for a week.
It's a good movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's
Had
so
a
funny.
little small doses of Home Alone in there too as well.
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard too. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one's a good one. It's
Yeah.
more recent, but
It
that's a
is.
good one. Did you watch that Silent Night movie?
I did watch Silent Night.
Okay.
If you want me to talk about it later, we can.
Yeah, we can. But I mean, it's a Christmas movie, right?
It is a Christmas movie.
So is it a good Christmas movie or is it just kind of?
It's decent.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into that later.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I just happened to think about that.
I know.
on the
As soon as you
fly.
said Violent Night, I said Silent Night. I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Because most time when we prep, we always talk about all those things that we're going to talk about today.
Right.
And I totally forgot about Silent Night. But yes, I did.
It's
see
not a
it.
good sign for the movie, is it?
It's not. But I did see it. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
All right. Yeah. That'll be good. Moving on from the Christmas movies for a minute, I got a chance to watch Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, how'd you like it?
You talked about it so much on the last Friday episode.
I'm a good hype man, ain't I?
You were a good hype man. It's so great.
Yeah, it is.
It is so good. And I mean, I see what you mean by the characters.
Yep.
All the emotion, all that stuff is there. I would definitely love to see a Godzilla movie just all in the water.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I would love it. Like, he doesn't even need to smash a city. I would like to see a movie where, like, someone's trying to get away from them, and then you got these battleships coming in, or maybe expand on them trying to stop him from getting to shore. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I love that part when they were on a small boat, the kamikaze pilot and the workers. I was like, oh man.
The
And
Jaws vibe.
yeah, and he's trailing behind them, and you can see him in the eyes. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, no. I want to ask you, what scenes to you looked kind of practical? Were there a couple scenes in there that looked kind of practical to you?
The
Off the
only
top.
the only scenes that felt really CGI was, I think there's a scene where he's smashing a city.
Yeah, of
And
course.
he does like some sort of tail whip thing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
That one seemed a little CGI. And then at the beginning, when he was more of a dinosaur, which I thought was a nice touch. I thought that was really cool.
It was smaller too.
Yeah, it's like there was an evolution to it. You know, they kind of changed up his origins, right? Because
A little bit, yeah, they did.
Godzilla's always been a product of the bomb. This Godzilla's been around before the bomb. Because they show the bomb going off. I should hit the spoiler thing.
Alert.
But they show the bomb going off, and then they kind of hint at the transformation, right? Before you get to see Godzilla again. So I thought that was cool, but I deviated. What did you ask me?
No, I asked you which
Oh, the
scenes
practical effects.
which things
Yeah.
seemed practical to you?
So for the most part, the monster himself did seem pretty practical, except for like maybe the more like fast motion stuff.
And I knew he was gonna say that. 'Cause
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I wanted you to say.
Right.
Because there were a couple scenes in there where he was moving fast,
Mm-hmm.
and then there were a couple scenes in there where, and maybe it's probably the budget probably came through,
Right.
where he was kind of like moving slow.
Yeah.
was
Well,
like,
like
what?
when he's walking through the city, it was more of the classic Godzilla. Where,
Yeah.
You know, he's just like stiff.
Because it was some scenes where he's moving kind of fast,
Yeah.
and some scenes moving kind of stiff. I'm like, maybe this is where the budget hit right here.
Yeah. Or like, you know, they had to like disperse it in
Maybe-
different places. So
I'm
like,
assuming so. Yeah,
you're right. So I really liked his laser beam
I thought
because
that was dope.
it wasn't more of a laser. It was like literally a nuclear blast every time.
Oh, it was an atomic blast. man.
every
You kidding
time.
me?
It was so cool. And then the scene near the end of the movie where he's about to fire it off again
Yeah.
in the finale, and everyone's just like pausing, and they're all like kind of slowly accepting that they're about to get annihilated.
I thought they were too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were.
Didn't know. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I made a joke because I went and saw it with a friend of mine, and I made a dark joke earlier in the film. I was like, if this movie doesn't end with him crashing the plane into Godzilla, I'm gonna be so mad because they kept like bringing up he was a kamikaze pilot. I was like, there's no way this doesn't end with him crashing the plane into Godzilla.
Of course,
and I mean, of course he does it, and then they had him eject because
you saw the little parachute. I said, okay, he lived.
Yeah, well, when he was left with the kid, I was like, oh, now he can't sacrifice himself.
Yeah,
but it makes sense. Like, it's not. I don't think it was a bad thing.
No, it wasn't,
because it makes sense for him to want to live. Because I think the whole point was like, okay, well, before you were dying for your country, and now you're fighting for your country, but also like
because he was struggling with PTSD.
He was, and then everyone's mad at him because like
he let the people die on the island.
Yeah.
Then he let his fellow pilots.
Yeah.
He let them astray.
Right.
So it's like this guy was a failure on every level.
Right. But it also hinted at like the Japanese government wasn't in the really good for making people fly into other people.
Well, no, of course not.
There was a lot of that, and a lot of the citizens had to like take matters into their own hands, and then it was the evolution of like, oh, I don't need to kill myself to prove that I'm an honorable person for my country. I just need to kill this thing.
Yeah. And that was good within itself too. So
yeah.
having everybody that little part, and I hate that we're breaking this film down so you definitely slap that spoiler part on there. But that little part when they were in their room and they were all trying to figure out a way, because they knew there was no actual way to really kill it.
Right.
But if we can somehow sink this bastard.
You know what got me?
What
got me was the fact that like, oh, U.S. and Soviet Russia don't want to help because it can raise tensions. Like, are you telling me you're reporting that there's a giant monster literally destroying cities, and they're like, no, we're gonna fight. If we get near each other, we're gonna fight.
Because you do know this thing is headed towards you, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, he's headed towards your way. Well, America, he is headed towards your way.
My friend was like, they should have baited it to America then. Like, that's what they should have done.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Which is like, hey, guys, look, the only way we figured out how to defeat this thing is with bubbles. So we're kind of...
It was seawater. It was, sea salt water, I think.
Like, they were going to make a chemical reaction
to basically
lessen the buoyancy of the water and sink them all the way down to the deepest part of that particular part of the ocean. And then they were gonna, if that didn't work, they were gonna raise them back up. So, and honestly, that didn't really work.
That was on plan they had.
The only plan they had.
Hey, the guy asked him, he's like, "You got a better plan?"
Yeah, that's true. So the only thing that I actually did not like,
okay, what you got,
was the very end.
Everyone keeps saying that,
where they reveal that Noriko, I think that her character is called Noriko.
Yeah, she did, because she's the one that adopted. Yeah, she's the one that adopted the little girl. She found her.
It makes no damn sense. You see her get blown away by the damn atomic blast.
I'm with you.
A radiation wave or whatever, and then after that blast goes out, you see it pull back everything else. So there's no way she would have survived.
How was she found? Like, how was she found through all that? Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Everyone keeps saying that.
It just makes no sense. But so someone had said if you look closely in the movie, there's a thing on her neck that's moving. So I don't know if that's like Godzilla related, or it could just be like a radiation burn or something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so apparently there's something moving on her neck in that scene.
Again.
Right, and then in the very end of the movie, it's revealed that Godzilla is still around.
Yeah, he's still around, which we kind of knew. I think we all kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess like regeneration isn't entirely new for the Godzilla universe, but it definitely seems like this movie and Shin Godzilla, from what I know of it, are really focusing on like the mutating.
I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. When I saw him, when they shot him and he just kind of merged, I said, "Whoa! I didn't know he could do that."
Yeah,
I didn't know
he could do that either.
Because he didn't do that in any other American Godzillas.
No, not in the American Godzillas, and from what I know, not very many of the original Japanese Godzillas.
Okay, because I don't know that much about Godzilla, but I just didn't know he had that type of power.
Yeah, it was just really interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
I did. I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
Yeah, man. I definitely can't wait to get that. Well, I'm sorry, we won't be doing DVDs anytime soon.
I'm gonna buy it on DVD.
If you can.
I think that's one I will buy.
If you can.
If I can, I think I will. I think I'll be able to buy.
Well, you know why I say that, because DVDs are almost done.
They're trying to phase them out.
They're trying to phase them out.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like they're just more collector's items, right?
Oh yeah, at this point.
Like, you don't actually buy them to watch.
But you have to buy them online, though, because they're not gonna be able to be bought at Best Buy.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But
So
yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed the film.
I did.
Yeah, it was. What would you give it? We got to figure out a rating system for these movies, huh?
I'll give it 9 atomic blasts.
Oh,
out
okay, I
of
like
10.
that one. 9 atomic blasts.
Yeah,
all right.
Because everything was great until the very, very end.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh yeah, she's still alive. That seems like a cop out. Like I get the whole like him not sacrificing himself because that was a whole like inner growth kind of thing. It was also just like,
remember
hey,
she told him what she told him. You need to live.
Mm-hmm.
I've already lived. I know how to live.
Right. So it made sense within the context of the movie and the plot, but like her surviving just really bothered me. You know. And she's a fine character. It sucked when she died.
Oh, it definitely it hurt me big time.
But then,
I was like, God.
But then all that gets taken away because she's alive.
Yeah, because she's alive.
You know, you lose that emotion.
You lose that emotion. It's like killing Tony Stark and bringing him
right.
back.
And so rewatching that movie, you'll forever know that she's gonna be there at the end of it. So you're like, oh well, I mean,
see now you kind of bring me around to it. Now
I'm sorry.
You're kind of right. You kind of bring me around
apart on you.
No. You didn't pick it apart. But what I'm saying is I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with a lot of people that's saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It does kind of lessen that blow, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But
well, all right, not atomic blast. I'll take that.
Yeah. I think it's a good rating system. Oh man, okay. So The Bear. I'm still watching The Bear. I've recently seen, I think it's like mid-season 2. So spoilers for The Bear as well. Mid-season 2, there's like a Christmas or a Thanksgiving episode or whatever. And, you know, this wasn't planned out to be timely, right? I mean, I realize it's the time of the season, but like...
You did time it out just right.
Seemingly so. But it's like this Christmas episode and it's a backstory episode, right? So we've always got hints that their growing up life or childhoods was very chaotic. You know, I mean, the older brother had committed suicide for one reason or another, right? And then obviously they all have some sort of issue. So you get to see the family side of it, and it's just like, I mean, people are arguing or talking over each other, and then like the mom played by Jamie Lee Curtis, was an interesting surprise.
I did not know she was gonna be in there. I lost it. I was like, what's going on?
That was a crazy surprise.
Academy Award winner? Come on,
Jamie Lee Curtis is like Snoop Dogg of white women because she's just doing side quests at this point, right?
All type of side quests. She was in Offset's video.
Yeah,
I was like, what's going on? Yeah, she was. She was an Offset.
She did that crazy Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
Oh, I love that movie.
From.
Yeah, that movie was great. Anyway, so she's the mom, and she's got some weird, like, I get, she's like part alcoholic, right? Because there's hints of that. But, you know, the sister character, Sugar, she keeps asking her if she's okay, and that drives her crazy. And, you know, the Michael, who had killed himself later in the story or whatever, but he's like, hey, you got to stop asking her this, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Carmi's back from being a world famous cook at this point, and just all this and crazy stuff. And John Mulaney's in it. He plays like the cousin's boyfriend or husband or whoever. There's so many cameos.
There were a lot of good cameos in there.
Bob Odenkirk.
Better
Call
as well.
He was in this thing. Oh my gosh, it just the chaos all the time.
It was tense, man.
You got these two brothers like asking the mafia uncle for money to like flip baseball cards, and it's such a ridiculous thing. Like later on, they're telling the cousin about it, and he's like, "You know what? I'll give you the $500, and I want you to tell me every week what's going on because this is entertainment." And I know this probably doesn't make sense to most people who haven't seen The Bear, but like that's the episode. It's just
a chaotic
things
show.
Are happening.
It fits within the season.
It does
within both of those seasons.
It does, and then you're getting interactions with Carmi and the brother, and like Carmi wants to do the restaurant with his brother, and I think he started it at this point, right? And Carmi's just like, look, you can let me in, and we'll do all this stuff, and like you see why the brother didn't want him involved because the brother is like, you're way better than any of this. You don't need to be involved in my crappy restaurant. You know what I mean? So like you kind of get more of a hint as to why he didn't want him around at the restaurant. And
I love that part of, you know, you can see that tension between the brothers.
Yeah. And
I know you're gonna get to the somewhat the ending climax of it all. Because if you believe that, some of the stuff in the beginning, you were like, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna calm down now, right?
No.
No, no, it gets even crazier when dinner is served at the table.
There's 2 climaxes.
Yeah, there's actually 2 climaxes. Yeah,
or 3. I don't know. It's chaos. But anyway, you were saying.
Well, I just like to see the dynamic between the brothers, and because what's his name, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal, yeah.
John Bernthal. You never really got a chance to see his backstory too much, and you kind of got to see it like, oh, okay, he's a troubled guy.
Yeah.
Well, they already hinted to it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you finish it because what I have to say about him ties into the ending. So as you continue.
But yeah, so you got Carmi trying to talk to him about something. Michael, John Bernthal's character, is obviously going through some stuff. He's having some sort of issues, which obviously leads up to his suicide. But he's clearly not in the right state of mind at all during all this. And then there's a couple climaxes, right? Because like Jamie Lee Curtis is the mom character, and she's like cooking all this stuff. It's like the 7 fishes. So there's 7 different meals.
And they kept telling her like, "Hey, you don't have to keep doing that.
You don't got to keep doing this."
She was like, "No, I have to do this. I have to do this."
Yeah, and then like there's timers going off, and there's all this crazy stuff happening, and then like they're all chilling in the living room, and then Bob Odenkirk is like some sort of uncle or cousin. I don't know who he is to the family. But he starts picking on Michael because Michael never finishes anything.
That's where it gets.
That's when it starts getting intense because they start arguing a lot, and then
he took that damn fart. Yeah, threw the fart.
Well,
he threw that
this
food
is before
up.
the fart. This is the initial. This is the initial argument. So they start arguing a little bit, and then Sugar, the sister character, her husband comes over, and then he brings an 8th fish, and they were all just like, "You got to throw that away."
Yeah, because you're not supposed to bring the 8th fish.
Yeah,
like that's a general rule that you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, they're like, get the tuna out of here. Yeah. It's like some tuna casserole, and they're like, what is wrong with you?
That was so silly to me. I was like, okay, all right, sure.
So stupid. Yeah. But so they do that, and then they finally sit down for dinner, and like the uncle, whatever, Bob Odenkirk, his character, is still just like picking at Michael, and they're arguing back and forth, and they're throwing all kinds of shade, and then Michael just like throws a fork at him.
Yep.
And then their
mafia uncle, he tries to break it up.
Trying to break it up.
Nope.
Michael throws another fork at him.
Yep. He said, "You throw it at me one more time."
Yeah, you throw another fork at me and see what happens. And everything's all tense. Everything's all crazy. And then like the mom comes in, and like at this point, the mom had a total breakdown because Carmi had to talk to her, and she's like, "Oh, I make all this beautiful stuff, but nobody makes anything beautiful for me." And it's just sad moment.
It is.
But then Carmi comes to sit down, and like you have all this happening, but then the mom comes in and she's all happy and stuff because like she made a drink or whatever, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
She reset herself, and so she comes in, and then they get the friend cousin character, John Mulaney's character, to like say grace, and which by the way, he didn't say grace, he just said a bunch of
random words at the table,
just very awkwardly. It was like, oh, the 7 fishes, it means this and it means that, I finally get it,
and the whole time Michael,
there's such tension.
There's just tension at the table. Bob Odenkirk, like they just looking at each other like
staring each other down.
It's going down. And
then even like John Mulaney's like, just please don't let Michael throw that fork or whatever.
Yep. And the whole time I've been wanting him to throw this.
What's happened.
You know what's
gonna happen. And so the mom starts to kind of break down again because again she made all this beautiful stuff and blah blah blah. And then Sugar messes up because she's like, "Hey mom, are you okay?" I don't know why she keeps asking this damn question.
In life,
she knows it's bad to say this.
In life, sometimes it's best, like, once a person tells you that they're okay,
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Because if you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the response that you don't want.
Yeah, and then Jamie Lee Curtis just, like, flips out on her.
Some good acting.
Oh, the acting's amazing. I couldn't take my eyes off this episode. It was just stuff going on the whole time. I'm just like, this is crazy.
She was money.
Yeah, this is why I'm just talking about this episode specifically. Holy crap.
I've been waiting for you to get to this episode. Let's just say that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, so Jamie Lee Curtis just like flips out on her and she walks out, and then Michael throws the fork, and Michael and Bob Odenkirk are fighting, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, Jamie Lee Curtis just drives through the wall of the house, and I don't know if she's dead. I don't know if she's passed out.
They don't tell you at all.
They end the episode. Carmi is just staring down the
He's just done. He's just morally demoralized. He's just like, man.
Oh, and that brings me to another thing. So earlier in the episode, before the climax, or the 3 climaxes, I guess, there's a cousin character played by Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
right.
Paulson,
Mm-hmm.
Famously from American Horror Stories and some other things. But
she was in Glass.
she was, wasn't she?
She played Nurse Ratched.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So she's like this cousin character, and she's like, "Hey, Carmi, why don't you come stay with me in New York? You know, you don't need to be here. This is bad for your head. All this stuff." And then, sure enough, yeah, all the chaos ensues, and Carmi's just staring down the camera, and you're like, "What's gonna happen next?" End of episode.
In the episode,
Like,
yeah.
all right, cool. What's the next episode going to be? Oh, Richie's staging at like the most world famous restaurant. I was just like, what? Where's
No,
the
man.
answer?
I think in next season, that's when they're gonna probably show you a little bit more. In my
Yeah.
opinion, I think season 3 should be the last season.
I think so too. You know what? This is kind of a segue, but related to what you just said. I think people in these companies need to get more comfortable with making short form content. Or not short form per se, but like do a season. And I don't mean like do a season and cancel it like Netflix does. I mean like do a solid season, wrap up your story. And then if you want to come back and do a second season, you can, but you don't have to.
Well, kind of like, and I'm just going to say this word one more time, then that's it. I'm never going to mention any more of it, but you know what I'm about to talk about. Kind of like what they do over there on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know, they give you about 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And then maybe or maybe not, they might give you another season.
Yeah.
So I think that's how they should go.
Right.
But I think by being on the network, they have to order it.
You got to order so much. And,
Yeah.
And I know there's like a lot more complications to it, and there's stuff that I don't understand, but I really want more shorter form content. Okay, so they're talking about The Boys. They're talking about doing a spin-off in Mexico. We don't need a Mexico version of The Boys. Like that doesn't need to be a thing. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I wouldn't dabble in that.
Like the comics don't even go to that. Like Gen V makes sense because Gen V is a story arc from the books.
And it ties into what's going on.
Yes. The Mexico spinoff.
Well, it's kind of like Chucky. Like Chucky, how many episodes is in Chucky?
There's like 8 a season.
8 a season? See?
Right.
So, but then there's like 8 a season in The Bear too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's like 8.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like these short, quick stories. Like we don't need a whole series. We don't need spinoffs.
You're right. Now, I'm totally in agreement. I think next year will be their last season. But I just got to telling you they got nominated for a lot of Golden Globes again.
Yeah.
And a lot of awards. They've
That's
been winning
exciting.
a lot of awards. Yeah. I'm glad you finally latched on to a show that that I kind of like too.
No, it's always been on my radar. It's just you know when you have things that you're interested in, but like
never get around to it.
There's never really like a good time to start for some reason. No real reason, but just like maybe some other time. Maybe some other time. And then finally I was like, you know what? Let me sit down and watch this because
I'm glad you did, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I did too.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about The Bear. So we can continue on.
All right. Well, it's good, man. I think we pretty much went through that whole episode. I thought we pretty much.
That's it.
We went through that entire episode of
No, and if it sounded chaotic, that's because the episode was chaotic.
I would just tell people, hey, I know this was like a lot of inside baseball for people who don't watch The Bear, but I'll definitely recommend this show to a lot of people.
Yeah, you could watch that episode first.
Technically, you can.
The rest of the series,
if you kind of want to know how everything chronologically ordered, which I'll be wondering. I'll be wondering if that. If that can be done.
Yeah. What happened to Keanu Reeves?
So basically, Keanu Reeves got his house broken into.
What?
And
did he John Wick him?
I knew he was gonna say that. Well, because when I first heard the story, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, oh, another celebrity got his house broken into.
Yeah.
First of all, Keanu Reeves is probably one of the best human beings.
Yeah, he's like one of the nicest dudes.
Seemingly, from what I've heard,
yeah,
he's pretty down to earth person.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, he's pretty chill. But he was doing something overseas at that time, and he got his house broken into, and he stole his shotgun.
Oh man!
So it kind of was a John Wick moment. If you kind of stop and think about it, in reverse.
Did they think he was gonna have a lot of guns? They're like, oh, he played John Wick. He's probably got a gun collection.
I think they were in there for a while.
So
they had time to kind of search around for stuff. Yeah. And can you imagine how that would have played if he was actually there?
Oh my gosh,
it would have been John Wick. It would have been John Wick all over again.
I mean, he probably knows like karate of some sort, right? He's probably.
I think he does.
He's got to be like fight trained a little bit. I'd imagine.
Yeah, you would think so.
Because you do these movies, and I know you got stun people, but like they do put you through some sort of training a little bit.
And I'm pretty sure he probably would end up shooting him. No, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I remember when LL Cool J got his house broken into. He handled business.
Yeah.
He handled business real quick.
But you got to do sometimes.
And first of all, LL Cool J is a big dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You want that type of problems on your hand?
Yeah.
Breaking into somebody like Keanu Reeves. I get it's like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves. What type of harm could he inflict on me?
I've only ever watched Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Killing
especially
Reeves.
especially remember him from Bill and
You
Ted.
mean the Bill and Ted guy?
Yeah. So I was like, oh,
I got
easy.
this.
Now, if you want to run into a John Wick Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
or the Matrix, I'll take that back. Matrix, you probably handle him too.
You know what? This will be a really good plot for a meta Keanu Reeves movie
Oh yeah.
where someone breaks into his house and then he has to do the real John Wick thing. You could either make that like an action comedy or a comedy.
It should be a comedy,
right?
Yeah, straight up action comedy.
Just like it's John Wick, but Keanu Reeves plays himself, and they like stole. I don't know. They stole something like that was valuable to him, which would probably be something very simple and basic from what I know of Keanu Reeves.
And you know how he talk like, oh, they broke into my house.
Yeah,
cause he had that surfer boy type talk.
Yeah.
Oh man, for years I couldn't stand the way he used to talk back in the day.
I know.
I'm so glad he don't do that no more. But yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
An action comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage had that.
Nicolas Cage did have that.
Yeah, he did have a movie like that. Him and Tiffany Haddish was in there.
Yeah. Which is like a parody of John Wick with the John Wick actor would be kind
You know
of
that's
funny.
coming, right?
I mean, it probably is now. And if it does, I want my money.
Yeah, there you go. Demand your money.
Yeah. I'm gonna remember this.
But I'm glad to hear he's safe.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure whatever was stolen.
Well, it's good he wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't there. It's all jokes aside.
Because you know what? It would have ended up like John Wick or that one movie where like the girls.
Oh, where those girls broke into his house?
Knock,
knock, knock. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was creepy, man. That whole movie was creepy.
Yeah, I never saw it.
How come every Keanu Reeves movie's got him breaking into somebody? Somebody breaking into his house.
Oh, he's typecast now.
He put some locked doors on them doors, man. He can do something.
Yeah.
Get some cameras up, something, man.
What are you doing, Keanu Reeves?
Hey, man, get you some help. Get you some better help.
Get a dog.
Yeah. Well, no, we tried that before already. Yeah, we tried that, Jacob. What a way to be insensitive.
I saw it.
What a way to be insensitive.
I saw the opening. I went for it.
Oh my god. So you really don't like John Wick movies?
No, I don't. I like the first John Wick. I think the other ones are unnecessary, and I stand by that.
Because me and Richard were talking about that yesterday.
I will actively protest the John Wick sequels.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the first movie was great.
The first one was great.
The first movie was fantastic. I'm sure the other ones are just as good and dumb and action. I have no real malice.
They're just like
them.
90s movies.
You're right. I have no real malice towards them. I don't have malice towards Keanu Reeves, but I don't think they're necessary, and I will not watch them.
Well, okay, I give you credit. I think you are right that they're not really necessary.
Yeah,
and it does take away. At a certain point, the story does go away.
Yeah,
the first one has such a great story to it.
Yeah,
and then as the story goes along, it's just plain old dumb action.
Yeah.
But it's good action.
No, it is. And I mean,
and that's the part that works.
I'm not, I don't argue the value of the movies. I don't argue that they're poorly made or whatever.
But you have a point. I give you that.
They're just unnecessary. And I stand on that hill.
But would you watch like the action movies from back in the day?
Yeah, probably.
Back in the 90s?
Yeah.
So what the hell is the difference then?
I just got to stand by it.
That's I get you, man.
As the kids say, I got to stand on business.
Yeah, stand on business. I think it's BIDZE.
Is that what it is? Business?
Yeah, business. Yeah.
Okay, well, I got to stand.
Stand on business.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing.
I sound ignorant just saying that.
That's what I'm doing. But I will say, whenever they finally stop making them, I'll finish it. I'll watch the series.
I think they're done making them.
They just had a series coming on Peacock.
Yeah, but that's like the Intercontinental.
The Continental, and then don't they have aren't they doing a movie or a series about the ballerina? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's coming on Netflix.
And then I think there's talks about a John Wick 5.
Yeah, allegedly Keanu Reeves wanted to come back for it. So I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Now, I will be with you on that. If they make another John Wick
movie. You're going to join me? You're going to join me on the hill?
I'm not going to join you on that hill.
I made a Facebook group for this.
I'm not going to join you on that hill, but I will say if they make another one, I'll probably okay.
You want me to send you an invite?
No.
It's called People Against John Wick sequels.
I'm neutral in this, but I will say they don't need another one.
Okay.
Please stop doing that. Like Hollywood, please stop bleeding Keanu Reeves dry.
Like I said, shorter content. You don't need to make 5 sequels to your movie. There's a Saw 11 movie coming out, dude.
I would rather see another Constantine movie.
Yeah, and they're doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing another Constantine.
You're right. That'd be cool.
With a bigger budget.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind that.
It may be more accurate, because I know the Keanu Reeves one wasn't
as accurate at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't accurate at all.
Outside of the smoking cigarettes.
That was about it. That was about it. But yeah, I'm glad it's safe. And I'm pretty sure Keanu Reeves not even batting an eye about it. He's like, it is what it is. He's a chill guy.
Before we get out of here, tell me about something.
Okay, this will be real quick because it's like every other action movie that you've ever seen where the kid. Should put a spoiler on this one too.
Yeah,
I don't know nobody cares anyway. But the kid gets shot in the yard. He loses his mind. He goes after the killers.
Yeah,
they cut his throat. Okay. He's basically on the mute.
So he can't talk.
He can't talk.
But he can hear.
Yeah, he can hear.
Okay.
But he's the whole time he's feeling guilty.
Right.
He doesn't want to talk to his wife. His wife ends up divorcing him.
Mm-hmm.
He has a calendar, and on the calendar he marks all the days until Christmas time.
I see.
When Christmas Day comes, he's gonna go after the killers that were responsible for his son's death.
Okay.
So all the days leading up to it, he's training, he's working out because he has no skills.
Right.
Like that's one thing I will say. He had no skills of any expertise.
Right.
So he's learning how to do this, learning to do that, and it just goes through the motions.
Is this the whole movie?
That's the whole movie. No talking
until the climax.
And there's no talking.
So the movie is just him training and stuff.
Yeah, him training, him going around watching news. Right. Meanwhile, his wife is like trying to connect with him, and he's not trying to hear it.
Right.
He goes off in his room. He's learning how to fight.
Yeah.
Self-taught videos, might add. This ain't like what you call that Batman going to Ra's al Ghul.
Oh man,
there ain't nothing like that.
Yeah,
this is like all stuff top off the TV. So he's doing that the entire time. Kid Cudi is in there. He plays like a police detective.
All right.
Yeah, he kind of helps out a little bit at the end. That was a useless character. But everything is all muffled, so you can hear talking. It's talking going on in the background.
Yeah.
It's talking going on in the news. That's the only type of time.
Because it can't be completely silent.
Yeah, it can't be completely silent. It's not like Quiet Place. But that's the only sound that you hear. Christmas Day arrives, and then he goes after the guys. And
is there any reason for Christmas Day? Is it just because that's
when that's when it happened. Okay. So he goes after the guys. Whatever. He puts on like a black leather jacket and stuff, and he's looking like all badass. I'm like, okay. Personally, for me, it would have been a nice little touch if he would have wore the same sweater, the same Christmas sweater that he got, his slit in.
Oh yeah,
his throat slit in. That would have been a nice touch.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone's done an action movie with a black leather coat on.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of cool. He got this badass ride, and he's, riding around a Christmas sweater. That would have been so dope to me.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that, so I feel like, yeah, you're right, missed opportunity. Other than that, hero wins today. He gets revenge. He writes his wife a letter. He says, well, hey, I'm sorry I wasn't there. I had to do what I had to do, and boom, that's pretty much it.
Well, damn,
it's a decent film.
It's just
and I hate that because I do like Joel McKinnon, not the Joel that we know.
So would you say this is like a paycheck movie?
Yeah. I give this since it's Christmas. What I would give this?
Christmas trees.
I'll give it about 2 Christmas trees.
2 Christmas trees.
That's it, man.
Charlie Brown Christmas trees.
Womp womp. Yeah. The little Christmas ball just hanging out.
Yeah. That's all like crooked.
It's all crooked, swamped over. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's worth, man.
Well, that's a shame. But hey, you know what? That's the show.
Yeah, and that's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. That's the show. Look, if you guys want to contact us, we have an email, onthegopod2023@gmail.com. Send us an email. Shoot us your favorite Christmas movie. And, we'll watch them or something.
Hopefully it's better than Silent Night.
Yeah, hopefully it's not Silent Night because James will email you back and tell you you're wrong. Don't email me about John Wick either.
Please send all your emails with John Wick.
Anyway, if you want to connect with us on Instagram, we are found on the go with Jacob and James, all one word on Instagram. We are found individually at James
9794.
And you can find me at jacobdantone.audio. As you're listening to this episode, go check our description. We got a question up there. We might have a poll. Take some time to answer the question. We'd love to hear from you guys if you're out there and you're listening. We want to hear from you. But that's it. So, hey, I'm on the go. James is Let me
What's
restart
going on
that.
with this butchered episode right now?
I don't know. It's like I forgot how to. You know what? I did the beginning perfectly, I'm messing up the ending. That's what happened.
All right, yeah.
I can't do. You get one or the other, James. I don't know. what to tell you.
Hey, I'm with you, man.
But hey, I'm on the go. James is on the go. We're all on the go. Peace.
Peace out.
Tonight,